Hey there guys, I am back. For those of you who don't know me, I am Glen, aka the Beardyman, and this, my brewing friends, is the all new Beardyman series. So what makes it all new, you ask? Well, let me start by saying it's a new me. I've new branding, new sign, new merch, new content coming your way, a new structure to my videos. Best of all, new brewing equipment. I've made the big leap, guys. It's a case of out with the old, in with the new. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the new G40 from Grainfather. Now, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you may have known that this was Grainfather's big release late last year. Grainfather's latest brewing system has bigger capacity and better connectivity. With this unit, it will allow me to brew up to 38 litres, that's 10 US gallons of beer from just one brew. In addition to bigger capacity, the unit also, as I mentioned, has better connectivity. So I can now connect the Grainfather app to the smart controller, which is built-in Wi-Fi control for that step-by-step brewing functionality, which I love. The new tagline Grainfather have associated with the G40 is, "Let me change the way you brew." And I have no doubts this system will change the way I brew. Okay, let's take a closer look at the G40's features and why this unit will change the way we brew.
Do I gotta have it? I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time.
Right, so guys, here's an overview of the specifications for the Grainfather G40. What I want to do is I want to take a closer look at the features on this bad boy. The unit is made from quality stainless steel. As mentioned already, it has Wi-Fi connectivity and it does come with that all-important counterflow water chiller. Under the hood, we've large mounted heating elements. I love the new grain basket on this. Conical base, so we've no dead space. No more fiddly silicone rings. The new hop filter is a game changer in this. Yep, it's a powerful beast. Comes with that all-important integrated sight glass. Has an easy-to-use PID heating controller. And clean in place capability. Yes! So today I am going to be brewing my unknown legend. It's a barrel-aged Imperial Stout. It's not really a barrel-aged Imperial Stout, but what is a barrel-aged Imperial Stout? Well, a barrel-aged stout, I guess the answer is in the name. A barrel-aged stout is a beer that has been aged for a period of time in a wooden barrel. Typically, these barrels would have once housed bourbon, whiskey, wine, or to a lesser extent, brandy, sherry, or port. Now, there's a particular tradition of barrel aging in Belgium, notably of lambic beers, one of my favorite beer styles. So, stouts can be aged in barrels to achieve a variety of effects, such as imparting flavors from the wood, from tannins and lactones, or from the previous contents of the barrel, or causing a Brettanomyces fermentation. For my recipe, I won't be using a barrel. Instead, I'll be using bourbon oak chips. A little bit more on that in a second. So oak remains the wood of choice, but other woods which can be used as well include chestnut, ash, cedar, cypress, redwood, pine, and even eucalyptus have been used for barrel aging. The flavours imparted by oak barrels differ widely depending on the oak species and the growing area and how the wood is being treated. Old and new oak barrels can be used for aging homebrew beer, but it's not really that common due to the costs of the barrels. So for that reason, I'm going to be using oak chips. I've always used still spirits oak chips for my Bourbon Imperial Stouts, and these are made from genuine American bourbon barrels that have contained actual bourbon for a minimum of 2 to 6 years. Recommended dosage is 50 grams to 2 litres of spirit for 10 days. Right, so guys, here is my recipe for my Unknown Legend Bourbon Imperial Stout. I will post links below to both the Grainfather and BrewFather apps. The yeast on this one is WHC Lab Bond Liquid Yeast, and I get all my ingredients, guys, from the home brew company here in Ireland. Right, so the very first thing I've done is I've made sure that I've completely washed the brand new G40 and sterilized it, just making sure that it's clean from its arrival from the factory. And next thing is to get ready for brewing. So I need just over 32 litres. I'm then going to treat that water and then we will add the grain. Okay, so I have reached my strike temperature of 72 degrees Celsius, and I am now good to add my grains. So I have a new paddle. Oh, I got this beautiful paddle from the home brew company here in Ireland. I've not used it. It's one of those things you just get excited about. It's a paddle, like. Anyway, grain. So one thing I noticed with the paddle, this is nothing to do with the Grainfather, is that with the dough balls, I can't actually slice them like I can with the old paddle. And I'm, for some reason, and this could be to do with my my grain crush, but I'm seeing more dough balls. But that's just a case of just working those out. Always a good idea to wear black trousers when you're mashing in. Always a good idea. So just trying to just break it up. I mean, it feels so much better mashing in on this bad boy because you don't have the center pipe. And I was always afraid of lifting or knocking out that center pipe. So that's no longer a fear. That's nice mash. Okay, okay. I'm just going for it actually. As you can see, just going for it. Sure, why not? It's the G40. I used to take ages actually with the mash in on the G40, and this I know is just in a lot of areas just going to speed up the process. Now, one thing I didn't do for this video is the delayed heat, but I'll certainly do that for the next, because I wanted to just show you me adding the water. Now, that's our all in. That's our all in. So, we get rid of all those dough balls. There's a little bit of dry grain in there, but that's a beauty of a mash. Beautiful mash. Been in search for dough balls, and I can't find any. So I think we're good to go mashing. So I can now insert my pipe. By God, they make this so easy. Okay, so we've added our grains. It's nice and silent as well. We'll have a sneak peek in. So guys, this is the first beer of my beer hunter session. This is Fatal Deviation by Whiplash Brewery in Dublin, my old hometown. And it is a 10% barrel-aged Imperial Stout. It's been aged from 2020 through to 2021 in bourbon barrels. Now, I've not tried this before. They use Pilsner as their base, followed by large amounts of brown, aromatic and chocolate malt. Now, it goes on for a long boil, during which they add Columbus hops. It's fermented on WP007, then left to mature. There's no cocoa nibs, no vanilla pods, no coffee, no pumpkin spice mix, no waffles, no biscuits, no. It's a simple barrel-aged Imperial Stout, which I am about to try. Into my take a glass. Okay. So it's got an ebony colour head tending to black, and there's slight red reflections. Nice foamy, frothy head, nice bubbles. It is slowly diminishing. Very, very black. And as I said, ebony head. And now for aroma. Oh, that's intense. So I'm getting complex aromatics of chocolate, coffee, and sweet toffee caramel. Oh yeah. The roasted malt is decadent and bold on this one. Now to taste. Okay, so flavor profile is big and strong. Caramel, toffee, coffee, and there's a hint of licorice. The base stout is debauched in complex layers, which marry so well with the barrel. This is big, this is thick, it's boozy in a good way. That's a delicious, full-bodied Bourbon Imperial Stout. Well done, Whiplash. Well done. So the next beer I am going to try, or Imperial Stout, is this one here. This is Brew Double Panda Imperial Tiramisu Stout. It's 10% and it's made up of Morris Otter, oat malt, Munich, Cara Munich 2, give us a second, chocolate, have I said chocolate already? Roasted barley, yeah, and the hops are Tradition, which I think are Harlathaw Tradition hops, tiramisu extract and ground coffee beans. Tiramisu extract, is that like vanilla extract? I don't know. Okay, so we shall pour, and we should, oops. Pretend I didn't taste it, guys. Okay, so that's got a fine head, fluffy head, yeah, kind of tan colour. Now, I'm not going to say this is jet black. It's definitely very, very, very dark. And on the edges, I'm seeing a shine of brown. I'm too close to my camera there. But the head is staying put. I'll go with another little sup in there. Now for aroma. Okay, so there's plenty of dark chocolate, coffee, and certainly the cream notes. Of course, the components which make up a tiramisu. Yeah, and there's a heady perfume of cream and coffee and sweet mascarpone. I'm trying to see if I can smell the 10%. Slightly in the background, and flavour. Okay, so the bitterness from the roasted barley and ground coffee beans is perfectly balanced with the sweetness from the tiramisu extract. Yeah, the tiramisu certainly develops on the palate. Okay, it's sweet, but there's enough dark chocolate to rein that in. I really enjoy this. I am a big fan of tiramisu, and this is a great Imperial Tiramisu Stout from the guys in Brew. Yeah, cheers, Brew. And if anyone watching has tried this or the other one up, I'll come to that later. Not later in this one, no, Jesus will be on my back. I think it's 15%, but yeah, we'll keep to the 10% for now. Cheers, guys.
place where they told you what to chase.
Okay, so guys, this is the last of the beers in today's Beer Hunter session to cover my barrel-aged Imperial Stouts, Bourbon Imperial Stouts. And this one is one I have had before. This here is the Darkness from Third Barrel. It's a 9% Imperial Stout. It's a big, dirty Imperial Stout, aged for 6 months in a blend of Irish whiskey, bourbon, and red wine barrels. So I think the best thing to do right now is to snap it open. I'm going friggin' mad. I didn't put this one in the fridge. But anyway, cheers, guys. Okay, went a little bit mad there with the head. As you can see with these Imperial Stouts, these stouts in general, all have a similar kind of tan ebony head. This one is quite big. That was a bit of a high pour. So we've kind of a 2 fingers height. Lovely bubbles, lovely colour. Oh, shapes and sizes. Now, for aroma. Oh my God, the aroma is a force to be reckoned with. Dominant Cabernet Sauvignon, bourbon. It's powerful, yet it's elegant. It's a delightful aroma. Beyond the wine and bourbon, you have notes of roasted and sweet malts. Now, to try the flavour on this one. The red wine and bourbon complexity, it continues into the flavour where the roast malts, what would you say, come out more. Silky smooth, full-bodied, fantastically rich malt profile. There's a hint of smoke in there. It's kind of rustic. It's big. It's bold. It's surprising. There's a beautiful marriage of flavors on this one. As I said, I've had it before. I'll have it again. And I'd actually love to visit guys in Third Barrel. And if you haven't tried their beers, and if you haven't tried this one, give this one a go. Yeah. I'll be coming back to you. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And that is our mash complete, guys. I'll take off my lid. Remove the pipe. Yeah, all good. How quickly you can hear that draining. Sparging is going to be a breeze on this. It's going to be a breeze. I just know it. So there's so many attributes to the G40, but one thing that I've always loved from the G30 is the Sparge tracker. It's just one of those things that just always works really well for me. Instead of marking things down, I don't know if people use it, but I've always used it. There's never been a brew where I've never used the Sparge tracker. Let me know what you think of the Sparge tracker. It's a big thing for me. And we set that forward. So sparging was definitely one of those things that I wasn't a big fan of on the G30, but with the G40, it really does. It changes all of that. It speeds that whole process up. And one question that I asked was, okay, does this change? Does this reduce your efficiency? But it doesn't. It doesn't. Your efficiency goes up. It's 80% on the G40, and like I mean, sparging is a breeze. So this beer I'm dedicating to my good friend Ivan Kenny. Ivan, I hope you're watching. A little bit of a story on that one. The Bourbon Imperial Stout, which I call Unknown Legend, is named after a song from Neil Young. And my good friend Ivan, he sat me down in 1992 in his bedroom and said, my God, you have to listen to this album by Neil Young. And that one particular song was on the album. I've made this beer before, once or twice. I mean, it's an exceptional beer. If you like Imperial Stouts, and if you like Bourbon Imperial Stouts, you will love this beer. Please, 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 give it a go and let me know what you think. But my friend Ivan, yeah, he sat me down, listened to this song, Unknown Legend by Neil Young. It remains one of my favourite songs. I just, every single time I hear it. And I was drinking this beer out my deck last summer. It was a beautiful night. The stars were shining bright. And I was listening to the radio and this song came on. And I mean, boom, Unknown Legend. It had to be, just had to be. Thank you, Ivan. Looking for a lonely kiss. She gets the faraway look in her eyes. Do not drink Bourbon Imperial Stouts one after the other, because this is what happens. Don't do that. Right, so guys, so there's a little bit still draining off the last of the sparge. So what I want to check now, very easily, is my pre-boil volume, and it's at 37 litres. That's where we're at with the pre-boil. So I'm gonna have to put the grain basket somewhere. I've not thought this through, but I need to get a bigger bin. This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna need to get a bigger bin for this. I need to remove this. I could, oh, wait a second. I have an idea. Now this is my my kettle. They look, I don't know. They look very, very similar in diameter. But look, I'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, I'll just I'll put it onto the draining board. Okay. Jesus, I don't know. Oh my God. You'd swear a glue there.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes.
Okay, so I'm just about to add my first edition of Chinook. Now, one thing I must mention, and I love the fact that I'm able to do this, is just go straight in. No hop spider, no hop net, just straight in, because the difference here is the filter on the G30, I don't know, it's like that size, and the hop filter on this thing is big and beautiful and round, and it's not going to block up your pump. I love this thing.
Till I hear him say,
Right, so guys, that is our boil complete. So now I just need to get the fermenter ready, and well, before the fermenter, I need to get the chiller ready. And we'll get this into the fermenter. Jesus, I'm fucking sweating. Okay, guys, so we are almost there. All I'm left to do now is to pitch the yeast on this Bourbon Imperial Stout. As I mentioned at the start, the yeast that I'm going to be using today, it's a liquid yeast and it's called Bond, and it is developed by the guys in WHC Lab in Wicklow here in Ireland. I will put the full description of the yeast up on screen, and I will also put the description of the yeast in the description of the video down below, along with a link to the guys WHC Lab in Wicklow here in Ireland. Check out the website, check out the other yeasts that are available to you. I don't know whether the sweat is due to the Brewday itself or the consecutive bourbon stouts or stouts that I had a little while ago. So anyway, okay. So how did I find the Grainfather G40 on my very first brew? Guys, absolutely loved it. I loved it. It's an amazing system, and I'm delighted that it will be the system that I'll be using going forward. It has so many amazing attributes to it. I mean, okay, there was the G70. I love the G70, but the G40, I mean, it's just a different beast. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And guys, I want to thank you so much for sticking around. Last year, I decided to wrap up the channel due to my own personal reasons last year. It's, as I mentioned at the start, it's a different me. It is a different me. It's a new me. I've new brewing equipment. I have a new format to my video. I have a new look and feel. I have new merchandise. It's all good stuff, guys. It's all good stuff. But thank you 100 billion for sticking around, guys. You have no idea what it means to me. You have no idea what it means when I receive your comments, your likes. It's what drives me. I absolutely love making these videos, but I couldn't do it without you. If you could, please hit that like button. If you're watching this for the very first time, please make sure to subscribe, and if you could, share it amongst your friends. If you're on social media, give me a shout out. If you're on Facebook, give me a shout out. I really appreciate everything you do for me, guys. Thank you so much. And so, guys, that is it. Thanks a million for sticking around, and until the next episode, let's brew this.